everybody, Bert here. I'm here today working on the trees. What I'm going to be doing is limbing up all these pine trees. As you can see the undergrowth from the pine trees, you can see behind me. I want to show you today the pole saw that I picked up. I got this pole saw from Harbor Freight, 1.5 peak horsepower electric pole saw. And I'm going to be doing an unboxing today just to kind of show you this unit. Okay, so you can see here, this is the organ chain. This is the chain that's going to go on the bar, and I imagine this here, yes, this is the bar. And we've got an Allen wrench here with a screwdriver tip that will enable us to go ahead and tighten the chain once we install it. It is a relatively simple unit to use, and a lot of times you can assemble them without really even paying attention to the directions, but it's always good to familiarize yourself with the maintenance as well as the assembly and maintenance of this unit. You can see here that you have, they call it a hex screw. This is actually the hex screw. This hex screw, once you unloosen it, this whole side casing should come off. Yep. So then once you get it off, you're going to basically install the blade like so. So you can see here the rotation of the chain is actually going to go this way, so the cutting edge is going to be on this side. You can see there, this is the rotation of the chain. So you want to make sure that your chain is rotating this way on the cut end. Now let me show you really quick. The cut end of the chain is, you can see here the chain. So the cut end of the chain is this end right here. You're just gonna wrap it around like so and make sure you get it in the grooves here. Make sure you get it all the way around like so. There it is. All right. Now once you get it on like this, you want to go ahead and tighten the side facing back on, or the side case. You want to go ahead and install that side case and then tighten the chain, the tension chain, after you put the side casing on. This is the side case. So you want to go ahead and put this on and then tighten it. So let's do that. All right, so it's going to go on like that. And it goes on pretty easy. So you can see you've got quite a bit of play in that chain, but that's okay, because there's actually, if you'll notice back here in the back, there's actually a screw right there that you're going to use to tighten the chain. So as we screw on that, we're going clockwise. It's going to tighten up that chain. It's always good to kind of leave a little play in that side casing. I actually tightened it too tight. So you want to make sure you leave a little bit of play in it so the blade can rotate or actually slide. Makes it a little easier when you're tightening the chain. Okay, a little too tight there. You can see, I don't know if you can see that too well, but that's actually a little too tight. So we want to back off of it just a little bit. As you use the pole saw, you're going to notice that the chain is going to loosen up a little bit, so it's not a bad idea to get it nice and snug around the bar. You want to make sure that it's nice and snug, and you can see there that's pretty tight. I think that's good enough there. We're going to leave it there. And of course, whenever you want to put the oil in here, that's basically what this is. You've got to install that bar oil. So I want to get the bar oil and go ahead and install the oil right now in the unit. All right, so this is the bar and chain oil, but essentially we screw this off like so. And you know, it doesn't require a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and I put a little hole in the top here. You can see there's a little hole here. So I'll just go ahead and just kind of pour it in there. I shouldn't have any spillage. See, just like that. That's all you want to do. And you don't want to overfill it. You just want to make sure that you get enough in there. And of course, once we're done putting the oil in, you want to make sure you put the cover on the chain and bar. So this will help protect the chain, keep it sharp, and it will also prevent any accidents. The chain is very sharp, and if you grab it with your bare hands, sometimes it can cut. So just make sure that you put the cover on the bar and the chain, and any excess oil, we want to make sure that you clean it up as much as you can. Now let me show you the readout on the side to determine how much is in there. Okay, you can see here, this actually tells you how much oil is in the unit. So it's full. You can see it there. That's full readout. All right, so we're good. All right, friends, we're going to give the pole saw a test run. Always remember to wear a hard hat, safety glasses, and also gloves. It's just going to only help to prevent any possible injuries that you may sustain. A lot of times when branches are 15 feet up in the air and you're cutting them off, I mean, they could be really dangerous, falling down to the ground, especially if they're longer branches. Some of the branches that we're cutting today are 1 inch, some even 2 inch thick, and you're going to see here in just a minute. So let's give it a test run and see exactly how this pole saw works. You know, one of the things that I always do before running the pole saw is I make sure the oil is actually lubricating the chain and the blade. And the way that you can do that is by visual inspection, but also it's good to just kind of run the saw to make sure that it's actually getting the oil. You can see the oil is actually coming in around the blade here. It is lubricating quite well, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a good test run now. We're going to be cutting some branches up about maybe 9 feet in the air. And so we don't really have to extend the pole, but we can extend the pole and I can get up as high as 15 feet. I don't usually like to use a ladder. Something about pole saws, chainsaws, and all of that on a ladder just seems very unstable and very dangerous. So I don't recommend using a ladder in this particular case. All right, let's give it a try. All right, so you can see here there's some quite large branches on this tree. We're gonna cut this with the pole saw. They're probably about inch and a half thick. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it and see how the pole saw does. Now, again, you wanna be careful not to cut underneath branches. You wanna be out far enough so that when that branch falls, it can fall to the ground and not fall on top of you. So this is the reason why safety is so very important here. This thing is really, really, really effective. I mean, for the money, the type of saw that it is, it works very well. This is the Portland electric pole saw. It stretches almost 10 feet, and I mean, it'll cut 2 inches, 3 inches diameter branches, no problem. It cuts it like butter. Very impressed with it. Basically, all you have to do is once you get it going, you let the weight of the saw just rest on the branch and it'll do the rest. I mean, it's very, very effective. This is probably one of the best buys that I've purchased from Harbor Freight. It is the Portland electric pole saw. No problems whatsoever. I've been cutting branches pretty much about 4 hours today and really tired, but this thing really works out well. I might also add, be sure to be careful. Several times I had some large branches fall right on top of me. If it wasn't for this hard hat and safety glasses, I could have possibly gotten hurt. So be sure to be careful when you're limbing the branches, when you're cutting the branches. Make sure to stand out away from it. You know, stand out away from the branch. Don't stand under the branch like this. Be sure to stand out away as far as you can. And when you see where that branch is possibly going to fall, just get out of the way. You know, I don't stand in the direction or the path of the branch, the falling branch. Be very careful, friends.
He's striking like crazy, boy.
All right, so we got him. So we got him. Boy, he is fighting like crazy. We got him. We got him.